Hello everyone! I usually do my English literature courses in Japanese. Today, I would like to choose one of the most popular of my courses and explain it in English. There is a play by Edward Albee called Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? The wolf in the song Three Little Pigs is just a pun on the novelist Woolf. However, even if it is a pun, I think some people may think that Virginia Woolf may be scary because of this title. Let's focus on this point today. First, let's look at the historical aspect. Edward VII was the eldest son of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. Victorian era lasted for 63 years, and Edward VII was 60 years old when he became king. He strengthened England's ties with the rest of Europe. He also played an active role in encouraging military and naval reforms. 4 years after his death, Britain's relations with Germany deteriorated and World War I broke out. Modernism is both a philosophical and an art movement that arose from broad transformations in Western society during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Henry James, who was born in the United States and became a British citizen, is considered a pioneer of modernist literature. His masterpieces are The Portrait of a Lady, The Wings of the Dove. Joseph Conrad was a sailor who learned to speak English and eventually became a marine writer. Like James, knew blood from abroad mixed in English literature. James Joyce was an Irish novelist who wrote an innovative novel using stream of consciousness. D.H. Lawrence has several works that have been banned due to their bold sexual depictions, and Lady Chatter's Lover is one of them. Mrs. Chatter's husband is a wealthy man, but he is damaged in World War I. The story is about how Mrs. Chatterley begins to have sexual relations with her husband's servant. In this way, the First and Second World Wars broke out, and war also came to be depicted in novels. Now I'm talking about Virginia Woolf. Woolf is also one of the major writers of modernist literature in the 20th century. Her father was Lazarus Stephen, a famous author and critic in 19th century England. Woolf was a member of the Bloomsbury Group, and her sensitivity was honed in large part of her father's influence, and this alone. Woolf also wrote novels using the stream of consciousness, and had a great impact on the world as a pioneer of feminism. Her famous works are Mrs. Dalloway, To the Lighthouse, The Waves, and so on. Stream of consciousness is an important narrative technique. I talk about this with reference to Mrs. Dalloway. Stream of consciousness is an attempt to capture the inner workings of human consciousness and its movements that are not expressed in language or action. For example, the narrator enters the consciousness of various characters, including the main character, Mrs. Dalloway, watches them for a while, and then leaves them and enters the consciousness of another character. In this way, you can pick up fragments of the consciousness of various people. As we look at the quoted sentence, the underlined she and the first sentence refer to Mrs. Dalloway. She stiffened a little on the pavement curb and waited for the Dayton's band to pass. A charming woman. This is Scott Purvis's inner thought. What he thought in his mind is the part marked in green. As you can see, Scott Purvis is a mere passerby who appears only in this scene in the novel. But the reader can look into the consciousness of the passerby who watches Mrs. Dalloway. In this way, Woolf's style of writing, which gets inside people's mind, is amazing and difficult in some parts. So, in that sense, she may be scary. I mean, we are afraid of Virginia Woolf. Thank you for watching. Next is Who is Frankenstein? See you there.